some exciting new bed chair innovations to show you, and I don't think any are exciting us as much as the one I'm sitting on at the moment, the new Indulgence Tall Boy. It's called the Tall Boy because of how tall it is. Look, I'm swinging my legs here and I can't touch the ground. Again, it's thanks to you guys and girls who've contacted us, kindly given us your ideas and your thoughts. And one thing that constantly has come out is that you want a much higher bed chair, in the same way that we brought the Daddy Longlegs chair out, I guess. So this actually is about the height of a Daddy Longlegs chair, and that's before you start extending it. And now you'll see the logic of why we brought out the Titan Brolly 2. So you've got the extra height if you want to use a big tall boy like this. We're only going to do it in sleep system form, we're not going to do it in bed chair form. To my mind, the future is sleep systems with the duvet attached to it. So, what's the Z bed about? Mainly, it hasn't got a hand wheel. That's the key. It's just got a hinge there, so it's perfectly flat. There's no great lump of hand wheel sticking up, and there's no great weighty thing. We've also looked at making this sleep system as keen as we can in price. Well, both those Z beds actually. So it's an exercise in making a realistically priced bed. It's single thickness as opposed to the double thickness of the Indulgence sleep systems. I would guess that's 3.5 season. For those who want to try one throughout the winter, I would recommend you get a shroud. How do you fold it up? Because we haven't got a hand wheel. That's the other reason for using hand wheels, because they hold it locked together. With this, it's simple. I've got a webbing strap. Pull that in, pull that down. Now look, I can't get that any tighter. You couldn't do that with a hand wheel because of the configuration of the teeth. So I think it's a much better way and a much more compact way of storing a bed chair. We've also got a bed chair version, which, as I said, goes against everything I've just said, but we have to recognise a lot of anglers still prefer a bed chair. Immense value for money. You know, it's actually a bit longer, you know, for tall guys, not the Europeans, and it's wide boy width. I think a great new concept, worth considering. And finally, we wanted to make the sleep system principle available to all. So this is the H-Gun sleep system. Cracking little product, you know, entry level or starter carper. Amazing value. So now every carp hanger can enjoy a sleep system. Last but not least, some improvements and innovations to our Frostbite sleeping bags to tell you about. Firstly, the outer material. This material's just become available. As soon as I felt it, I thought, oh, it's gorgeous. It's so soft, really light and super waterproof. So that had to go on the Frostbites. We've changed the fitting. It's now got the, I think, world acclaimed Holofill, you know, one of the best materials for insulation. Those are in both sub-0 and sub-20. I've got the sub-20 here. That's the one for those of you who are new to Nash, with the 2 layers. So in summer or warmer weather, completely undo and take off this top layer. So you just sleep with the under layer. In winter or cold weather, you just zip it on. So it's a twin layer bag. Much easier than, you know, liners that fit inside. Messing around with Velcro. In fact, I did that for 15 years and come up with this idea and could have kicked myself. It's so simple. But this also has another simple idea that I don't know why I haven't come up with before. I'll explain the thinking. Good sleeping bag design is about making the sleeping bag as close to your body as possible. In fact, some of the mountain ones have elastics to cling to your body. Then you're not trying to heat up air, you know, cavities, whereas anglers want loads of room. So that's why we have to have so much insulation to try and heat up all that airspace. I had this idea last winter and then went fishing all winter to test it. But putting these, if you like, curtains of insulation down the length and at the bottom, so when I'm in the bag they lay down the sides of me, and you can see the distance between the curtain and the edge of the bag. So all that area multiplied by 2 is air that I now haven't got to warm up. You'll be amazed how quickly these warm up, and they maximise the insulation of the bag. Little silly thing, but a great idea. The Frostbite Sub-Zero has not got the curtains, by the way. So the difference between the Frostbite Sub-Zero and the Sub-20s is a single layer of a 4-season bag, and it hasn't got the curtains, but it's got all the other features I just spoke about.